Hey there, welcome to your reading for the week of June 26th, I think, something like that. I don't know. I took a day off, but today we are just going to look and see what's going on for you. You have this Purity in Action card. So clearly it is time for you to take action towards some sort of goal, wish, or dream. You have the Ten of Pentacles as your first card here. And so Ten of Pentacles is something that kind of is permanent. It's something that is going to help you build or leave a legacy. You know, the Ten of Pentacles is an amazing card. It's a card of building, leaving a legacy. But I like to remind people that that's not something that you just do overnight. It's something that you do for the rest of your life. You know, it is a very good money card, but you know, I kind of feel like you are going to be doing something, or, you know, clearly there's a lot of luck with money coming in for you, but I feel like you're doing something that maybe you've been delaying here. Some of you, maybe you've gone through healing, and that's why you've been delaying working on your Ten of Pentacles, whatever that Ten of Pentacles is for you. But I feel like you're heading in the right direction, that's for sure. There's definitely a lot of you know, good stuff coming up here. Again, this could, you know, I kind of feel on that Three of Swords that maybe there needs to be some forgiveness for the past, you know, especially if there were lies or something. The Ace of Swords is coming up in the area. This last row is going to be the good stuff, but the Ace of Swords can represent the truth. And the reason I'm saying this, actually, I'll show you, is because of this right here. It's like you have the Wheel of Fortune Moon to the Ace of Swords. I just get the feeling that for some of you, there could be some sort of truth, you know, I wouldn't say being exposed. It's like some sort of truth is coming back from the past. So someone could be telling you the truth. You could be telling the truth. You could be living your truth. I don't know. We're going to dig into it right now and find out. But whatever it is, you know, it could be needing to forgive yourself for not living the truth, you know, as well. It's like, you know, maybe there are certain things that you look at and you're like, you know, I could have worked harder on this project or business, or I could have done, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And so, you know, the Ace of Swords is kind of says well, you know, that is the truth maybe, but now it's like you can't live in the past. So I feel like now you can make the changes that you didn't make. So I do kind of get this feeling in this reading, just overall, just the overall energy. You know, there's a lot here that I feel saying kind of be kind to yourself, you know, don't beat yourself up for these things. But you have really good money cards here as well, so definitely something going on with your finances. I do feel like it needs more balance. So you know, it's interesting now that I think about it. Again, everyone so far has had the Two of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles, my card, are work hard, play hard. It says if you're working hard, make sure you're playing hard. If you're playing hard, make sure you're working hard. You have to balance the two things out. But I feel like it's really, really important because, again, everybody, it seems like a collective energy or something. Everybody keeps getting this card. So, you know, I would make sure you're balancing your energy. I would also make sure you're putting energy into the right things and not just being busy. We are in a time of efficiency, you know, plain and simple. Regardless of how you feel about it, you know, we have AI now, and it's only going to get stronger, and, you know, Zuckerberg is only going to try to turn us all into robots, you know, soon. So, you know, what I would say here with that Two of Pentacles is it's like, you know, the universe is showing us that efficiency is going to be rewarded. So it's like, are there things that you do in life that just don't matter? Are there things you do in life that are a waste of time, or that you could do more efficiently? And I can't answer that question for you. You have to, you know, look at any area of your life that you want to improve and just ask, is there a better way? And do your research. You have the Hangman here. Again, I feel like they're having delays. There's a delay in something that you want to be doing. I feel like it's that Ten of Pentacles. And really, the only word I get here is delay. It is going up to the Four of Cups, to the Three of Swords. So there could have been some sort of disappointment, or there could have been a grass is greener juggling situation right here. Again, for some of you, I feel forgiving the situation and moving on is probably the best thing to do. With the moon, you know, the moon can represent a period of darkness where it's like you don't know the answers. You don't know what the future is going to hold, but your future looks bright to me. Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, really good cards. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. Everyone gets the Ace of Wands as well. It's pretty crazy to me, actually. The Ace of Wands is a card of inspiration. I frequently say that I think the Ace of Wands is the only thing we need in life to be motivated, to kind of know the direction we're supposed to go in, because the Ace of Wands is always exciting. It says if you are always moving towards excitement and desire, then you will be very successful. I feel like it's a hard thing to, you know, it's a hard thing to wrap your head around, right? You know, because it's you know, I've been working on a new project for another business, and it's it's gone from one thing to another, but it's I've just learned to allow things to transform. It's I got very excited about about the original idea, and then that excitement, I allowed it to kind of lead me to what it's actually going to become. But again, if I, listened to everyone in my life that said, like, don't do this, right? Or don't go in this direction, or why can't you settle? Like, those are all the words you're going to hear if you live this way. And again, I've just had to learn to live my life on my own, right? On my own terms. And, it's made me very successful, but it's been, it hasn't been easy, especially as a Pisces people pleaser, right? For like the first half of my life, I just didn't, execute on most of my ideas. And again, I don't blame those people. It's my own fault, right? But I feel like this is saying, like, you need to follow that excitement. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups here. Speaking of Pisces, if you're looking for love, could be a Pisces, could be another fixed sign. You have Pisces like a bunch of times here. It could also just be a fire sign as well. Take it how it resonates. But I do feel like there could be love coming in for you. It could just be a water sign in general. You have the Chariot with the Hangman, but I do feel that this right here is kind of like saying, okay, it's time to like take control. It's time to get moving towards your goals, wishes, dreams. Chariot is about taking control. Chariot also says where there's a will, there's a way. And I feel like that's really important for you. Like, you have this goal, the Ten of Pentacles. I'm seeing that as, some sort of great achievement, something that excites you, something when you think about it, you get excited. What is that in your life, right? If you had the best version of whatever you want, what would it look like? And I feel like the Chariot says where there's a will, there's a way. It's like if you start working towards it, you will be successful. It's funny that I said that you shouldn't listen to people as well. There's nothing here in this reading that is really saying that to me, but the Chariot is a card of setting yourself apart, by the way. He's leaving that city behind him behind. He's doing something unique with his life. So again, you're setting yourself apart. You have this eagle spirit, says spirit has your back. You have this mouse that says tend to the small things. I feel like you feel that you've been making very slow progress is what I'm getting here. This is coming up in the area of what you need to know right now. And I feel like you feel things have been slow or stalled out, maybe for like the last year specifically. I would say since last summer, maybe like the late summertime, like, July, September, or August, September, something like that. So I feel like things were kind of moving forward, and then since that time, things have slowed down over the last year. And, I kind of do feel there are like a couple little more things that you need to pay attention to that could, that will lead to more speed. And you have the Chariot, which is a card of speed, momentum, things speeding up. So, I definitely feel like you're going to notice probably this week that things are speeding up for you. But I would just make sure you're paying attention to like the small details. This is also saying to me, like, if you're going to make a mistake, it's probably going to be in the small details. So, make sure you're double checking things. If you're doing like paperwork, make sure you're double checking it, all that other stuff. I also feel like it's a time of cleaning up. It's popping into my head. Like, some of you could be cleaning up an issue from the past, or, you could be cleaning up your bills or something like that, getting them all in order. And again, I feel like that'll be good. You have the King of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. The King of Wands, I do feel could be a fire sign coming in for some of you. Definitely someone very bold and assertive. So I feel like this could be a good connection. I also feel you clearly need to be bold and assertive in living your truth with that Ace of Swords. And, I feel like that Ace of Swords is really saying that there are some truths that you have not lived. And, this isn't like a bad or good thing, and I'm not calling you a liar either here, Aquarius, right? It's not about lying. I mean, the only person you would be lying to is yourself if you don't live these truths. But, again, I feel like there are some things that would really make your life feel more complete, or, whatever it is you're looking for. And I feel like this is saying, like, it is time for you to really go for whatever that is. You have the Four Cups, like, not seeing how you can do it is what's popping into my head. It's like, maybe you've never visited the Grand Canyon, and that's one of your truths, is that you want to go visit the Grand Canyon, and you might be saying, I don't have the money to, visit the Grand Canyon, or I don't have the time, or, whatever the case may be. So it's like, I feel like the path, part of the challenge in this reading is the path to getting there. Because this right here, the moon, so it's like not immediately clear on how you could, do what you want to do. And so I feel like you're trying to control your destiny. It's crazy to me as well. I think everyone had the Wheel of Fortune this week, almost everyone. So it's like you're trying to take control of the wheel. The wheel is always spinning. We control the direction of the wheel with our vibrations, but we can also control it with education. You see each one of these animals, the Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo, the zodiac signs, the fixed signs, they have a book, and, it kind of represents education or learning. This Sphinx right here represents mysteries, and we are in a time of mystery. It's like maybe you want to visit the Grand Canyon, but you can't afford it. It's like, but maybe you could start a YouTube channel talking about Grand Canyon facts called Your Trip to Grand Canyon, or your goal to reach the Grand Canyon. You start talking about it, you start making money, then you can go. Again, that's the time we live in. It's like, yes, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to put the work in. But it's like if there was ever a time where if you wanted to raise the money to go to the Grand Canyon, and you started a YouTube channel all about the Grand Canyon and you just monetized it, guess what? You probably would get there a lot faster than you think. So, that's like what we need to start thinking about, is like, how can I, create something or do something that could get me there? That's just one example. I knew it. With the King of Wands, you have the Page of Cups and the High Priestess. It's like, I feel like this could be a Pisces. It could be a fire sign with Pisces in their chart. It could be a Pisces with fire in their chart, whatever. But for some of you, this is definitely a love offer from a Pisces or someone with Pisces in their chart. People always say like, oh, you're a Pisces, you must be in love with an Aquarius. Definitely not. Sorry, Aquarius. Number one. Number two, what I would say here is there are 19 cards here, all for Pisces. So there you go. If you don't want to date a Pisces, I don't need to hear about it. It could be any other sign. So this is a general reading. But again, clearly there is like a Pisces here or something like that. I don't know. With the Four of Cups, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about finding a third place solution, which, again, I'm literally starting a whole new channel all about third place solutions because it's the time that we're in. It's like I gave you an example. Starting a YouTube channel about Grand Canyon. Starting a YouTube channel about whatever goal it is that you have, just talking about it, sharing ideas about it, building a community around it. Like, trust me. Again, if you do the work, people love to leave me comments that are like, that doesn't work. Hello, I read pieces of paper with pictures on them for basically a good living. Like, this would be a good living. I have other businesses, but if I did only this would be a good living. So, again, if I can do this, then you can definitely do that. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Judgment card here. Again, I feel like you're waking up to your own inner truth here, going this way. It's like, it kind of reminds me of like, there have been several things. Like, I wanted to be everything when I grew up, right? And I wanted to be a chef. So I ended up working in a kitchen when I was like in my later teens, basically. And I hated it. So I love cooking, but I hated doing it professionally, right? So it's like, but it was like one of those things. Like, if I didn't do it, then I would probably have always regretted it because I like wanted to know what it was like, right? And I kind of get that feeling here where it's like, there's something where I feel like if you don't do it, you'll regret it. But if you do, whether you like it or you don't, doesn't matter. I feel like you need to do it, like whatever this goal is or this truth is, or it's like you have to experience something, right? Because it's like part of your journey. And if you don't, I feel like you will always have that, urge to, do whatever this is. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this coins card that says luck and money. You have this gazelle, it says change and purity on it. Kind of makes sense, the whole purity thing, because I feel like the purity thing is talking about your truth, the things that you want to do in your life. There's clearly a lot of luck and money that could be coming in through living your truth or doing something that you truly want to do with your life. And so that's what I'd be doing here. I'd be kind of like moving in those directions. You have the Three of Swords, the Moon, and the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, of course, is a card of wish fulfillment, and it is a card of being fulfilled already before you have something, So I feel a lot of people right now, could be externalizing. And again, not a criticism. I do it. I'm far from freaking perfect. Trust me. So, like, again, like I would say, I am far from perfect. But what I would say here is that I think we are looking for external things right now for whatever reason. I think it's in the energy. And I feel we need to like bring it back to center. It's kind of funny that there is love here, but all the readings I've done this week, I would say are about like the sign that I'm reading for. It's like this reading is about you. It's about your inner truth, right? And so sometimes I think when we fix this, all of this right here, then the things that we want to manifest in our life can show up a lot easier, but we have to match that vibration. So, that's what I would do here. I would almost like write a list of the things you want. There's a term that I can't stand called mirroring, right? And everybody uses it in the spiritual community, right? But I do think we should mirror the things that we want. So, it's like if you want love, for example, write down all the things that you want. And it's like, do you also match those energies of the things that you want in a person? Because if not, I would correct the things on the list so that you can match those energies. If whatever it is, I would describe it in detail, right? Same thing with money. It's like there are certain traits that people with money have. I would write a list of what you think those are, and it's like, do you do those things or not? And whatever it is, like, don't beat yourself up, number one. Number two, start correcting it. Just the act of correction, I am convinced, will change your life. Like, if you want a lot of money, it's like, do people who have a lot of money, do they have bills that haven't been paid? Hell no. So don't beat yourself up if you have bills that haven't been paid. But it's like, are there things you can do? Can you set up a payment plan? The answer is yes, by the way. Can you, can you just start chipping away at a bill? Just the act of starting is enough to get the energy moving in the right direction. You will be amazed if you start doing that, what happens. Trust me, I've done it, right? You have the moon card here. So again, the moon, I feel like the path is not clear. Your path is not clear. Meaning, no, I want to stress, it is wide open. I feel like just up here, you are not clear on the direction that you should go in. So the moon, we just have to kind of set a goal and just keep working towards it and not stop. I know that doesn't sound sexy, but there's some mountains in the background here. The mountains in the tarot represent achievements. So I really feel you need to keep working towards the mountains and don't give up. You have the Three of Swords here. So again, I feel like there's something that needs to be forgiven or healed here. It could be one thing. It could be a bunch of things. I have a lot popping into my head. I don't think this is just a breakup. It could be for some of you, but I feel like this is more than that. So, it might be a good time to forgive yourself, forgive situations, and just kind of heal through them and see what happens. But again, I think I said it at the beginning of the reading that this is like a clean it up reading to me, where it's like you're cleaning up your vibration and preparing for something amazing, which is great. But again, I would seriously, if I were you, I pretty much am, but if I were you, I would basically write a list of everything you want. And like I said, do the matching exercise. Do you match this, the other side, write down what you want and then where you are at on the other side. Am I matching this energy? Do I do these things? And look at the habits and all that. And, I think you'll be amazed. With the Three of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands. Quick success coming in for you here. This could also be a communication, going this way right here. There could be an apology or a need for apology coming in here, but it could just be something that sets you free here, Aquarius. With the moon, you have the Two of Cups. Are you kidding? Seriously, I would say, could be a Pisces. On the moon card, the Two of Cups, you have the Page of Cups here, High Priestess. So, you have the Hangman here. So definitely could be love. But again, for some of you, you could just be healing love. The Two of Cups is also you and your higher self. I always say there's normally two people here, but it's a card of communication. So you could be receiving communication from your higher self, your dreams, your daydreams. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Lovers. Definitely could be love coming in for you if you want it. This could also just be a new path. The Lovers traditionally was a card of the crossroads, and it kind of just represents picking a new path or, going in a new direction, which I think would be a great idea for you as well. But definitely could be love. Like I said, I would make sure you're matching the energy of what you want. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Here and Now card and this Breathe card. Yeah, I feel like being present would be a really good idea for you as well. Not thinking too much into the future. We're in a very futuristic time, right? Next year we'll have Pluto going into Aquarius. Very futuristic. I think there will be a lot of future thinking going on at that time. But, I would try to keep it present just so that you can get the benefits of being present. You have the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a victory, so I do feel there could be some sort of victory or win coming in for you with the Ace of Swords. Also could be some sort of truth coming in for you here as well, I'm getting, which we already talked about. But I think the most important thing here is that you have a lot of cards of balance. The Ace of Swords has these 6 golden yods right here, and they're in perfect balance on the sword. So it's like you're bringing your life into balance, or, there is some balance coming in because of your truth. You have the Nine of Pentacles, again, putting more energy into yourself. She has 6 pentacles on one side, 3 pentacles on the other here. She's willing to give those 3 pentacles to any situation in her life, but she always keeps the 6 pentacles for herself. So she really takes care of herself. She really takes care of, her independence. But again, I would take care of yourself. It's also a card of your environment as well, the things that are around you. So again, you might want to clean up your environment. You have the Five of Swords, can be a separation, but again, this is the good stuff. So I feel like this could be a risk that pays off for you here, Aquarius, whatever the risk is. Let's see. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Fool. Definitely time to take a leap of faith, towards a new beginning. You have 2 aces here in the top row. So two aces is a new beginning. The Fool is, kind of taking a leap of faith towards something new. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords, moving on to calmer shores. Definitely a lot of improvement for you this week, for sure. It seems to be that just, boring reading, right? It just seems to be a week where you're just like going through stuff and getting to the other side, which is a good thing. I think you're overcoming it. With the Five of Swords, you have the King of Wands. Yes, definitely like a King of Wands type person. I don't care what sign it is. It could be any sign. I would just say it's someone who's like bold, assertive, very fiery. I would say they probably have a lot of fire in their chart or something. But let's see. We're pulling 5 main themes. You have this convention card. This is like your old story. Convention is the way things have always been done. It's pretty weird. Everybody's like had this card or something similar. And it's a card of breaking free from convention, needing to make sure you're not doing things the same all the time so that you can, mix it up, have new experiences, all that other stuff. You have this detachment card. This is like a card of detaching from outcomes and needing to see how things go, which I think would be a good idea for you. You have this adaptability card. This card is a card of like flexibility. You also have this versatility card. I kid you not, every single person has had like one of these cards, either versatility, adaptability. There is a flexibility card in this deck. There's a couple others that I just can't remember off the top of my head that basically represent the same thing. So we are in a time where if like one way doesn't work, I'm going to pull an extra card for you just because of that. Everybody's had it. But we're in a time where we need to be flexible. You have this acquisition card. So again, this is like my fancy couple card. You definitely could be attracting like a very, like a power couple type person here. So if you're looking for love, looks pretty good. At the end, you do have this choices card. There's clearly a choice that needs to be made, but I would choose balance. I would also choose yourself here as well. But this is a pretty interesting reading, I have to say here, Aquarius. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.